Hi guys, this is a very short tutorial on how to get started with Minikube using an in-browser Kubernetes environment provided by Katacoda. So all you need to do is just to type Minikube or get started with Minikube into your browser, and you'll find yourself on this page. So this is in Kubernetes documentation, so we'll just go step by step. Here you can read the description about getting started with Minikube. If you like, you can have it installed locally on your machine or in your on your server, and just follow this instruction here to get yourself started. You might want to install on your Linux machine or your Mac OS or on your Windows machine. So we go back to this documentation page for Hello Minikube. So the first step, what we like to do is to launch the terminal. Remember I said we're just going to be using the in-browser terminal provided by Katacoda. So I've used it before and it's really fast. The deployment is quick. Wow, see, it's all done for you. So what you want to do first is to go to Minikube Dashboard like that. So that's the next instruction. So it's going to open a Minikube dashboard for you, which you can view in your browser. So if you like, you can copy this link, or you just go here and select the preview port 30,000, and that will take you here. So let's explore the tabs on the left. Pods. If you select the pods menu, there is no pod created, no replica sets, no deployments, but we'll be going through creating a deployment in a minute. So what you want to do firstly is to let's open another terminal here to continue, and maybe I should just make this a presentation mode. Alright, so the next thing you want to do, according to the instruction in the documentation, is to actually create a deployment. So how do you do that? You want to use your Cubectl create deployment. We're going to name our deployment hello node, and the image we'll be using will be coming from the Docker image will be coming from Kubernetes registry. So echo server. So this I'm copying straight from the documentation, so no problem at all. Now we've got our deployments ready, up and running. How do you know if it's up and running? So you just need to let's get deployment just to verify that what we've done is correct. So Cubectl get deployments. You can see you've got one node up and running, it's available, and it was created 20 seconds ago. That sounds about right. So so within the node you should have a pod. So a pod has been created for you there. So within that node, and let's verify that a pod is indeed in there, has been created. So well, you can see right here, that's the name of the pod that's been created for you. What's the status? The status is telling you it's up and running. It's 1 out of 1, and we've not restarted it so far, and it's just 60. It was created 68 seconds ago. So the next thing to do is to actually view the cluster events, and for you to view the cluster events, all you need to do is do Cubectl get events. So what's happening on the cluster, you can see right here, that's when Minikube was started all the way up there, and then that's when it was pulling the image from the registry and now successfully assigned. So you can see all of the details in there. If you're interested, you can read more about this. So the next thing is to view the Cubectl configuration. How do you do that? So you just go here and type Cubectl config view, and then you find this configuration right here. You see the name of your cluster is there, sitting there in Minikube, And yeah, the next thing we'll do is to create a service, because by default the pod is only accessible by its internal IP address within the Kubernetes cluster. So to make the Hello Node container accessible from outside the Kubernetes virtual network, you have to expose the pod. You expose the pod as a Kubernetes service. So how do you do that? It's just a single line command. So you want to go Cubectl expose. So we're exposing the deployment. Yeah, that's the name of the deployment, if you remember. And then now this flag right here is very important, because that's a flag that is going to instruct it to actually expose it as a service. So, and on which port do we want to expose it? Port 8080. So let's go. So now this is saying to you right here that, you know, your deployment, which you've now exposed as a service, is actually exposed. That's good news. To verify that that service was actually created, you want to do Cubectl get services, and let's see what's on there. Here it is. You see, that's the new service that you've just created. Now it's telling you what pod you know, it's been mapped to, and yeah, how long ago you created it, which is 33 seconds ago. So it looks really interesting, and the next thing to do is to actually run the service that you've created. So the command here is saying minikube service hello node. Now you've run your service. So this is saying to you, opening service default / hello node in default browser. Minikube Dashboard is not supported via the interactive terminal experience. Please click the preview port 30,000, which is this one, link above to access the dashboard. This will now exit. Yep. So if you want to do that, you can do that, or we're just going to go ahead to enable some add-ons which we've got built in within Minikube. So to see the list of add-ons that we've got, you've got to do this one, Minikube add-ons list, and that's going to tell you what add-ons you've got and what's the status. Is it disabled or enabled? We can see the dashboard is enabled, default storage class is enabled, metric server has been enabled, storage provisioner has been enabled. So initially, I think the metric server used to have it disabled. I think I must have enabled this one a moment ago. So that was the last task, you know, in the documentation. All right, so that is it, guys. So if you want to disable a specific add-on, all you need to do is just go here and do your Minikube add-ons disable, and then you type the name of the add-on you want to disable. You see, that's disabled. And then let's just do like a general cleanup now, as we are done. So now what we're trying to do is to delete the service which we created, remember, and now we also need to delete the deployment. Finally, let's stop Minikube. You just say Minikube stop, and that is it, guys. So yeah, we'll catch up later on where I'll be going through like proper practical stuff. But thank you for watching. Bye.